I'm live and I forgot to turn the sound up again. There we go. Just listening to Trixie Blocks right now, building Dracula's castle in Minecraft. And it's just got to set up here quick. So we'll shut that off. Do the usual routine. And it looks like I'm live. Yay! And it's letting me edit the video today. Well, that's always a plus. Alright, whoops, that wasn't it. What the heck? Okay, computer, stop. Oh, good grief. Really, 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 really. Okay, I feel better now that I've growled at my computer. There we go. All right. Playlists. How about if I actually, good grief. No, not made for kids. No, it's not Minecraft. That's good. Monetization's on, that's fantastic. All right. And now I gotta go do this all again. Okay. Now to share everywhere. Good enough. All right, and Discord. I have to have share in a couple places in Discord today. Oh wow, I'm so live. Sorry, I was just looking at something Grampy and I've been sending back and forth, and it was funny. There. Crapola. I am so not ready for being alive right now. Okay, so that's Discord, I think. Oh, might as well advertise it on my own Discord. Oh, good grief. I'm going to be painting today? Where am I? Oh. There I am. Now I have to do this on Twitter yet, too. I don't know why I post on my own Discord. It's not like anybody, goes to my Discord. It is a thing. All right, Twitch. Not like I have a lot of people there either, but hey. Or Twitter. Not Twitch. This computer wouldn't have the strength to do to dual broadcast or whatever. It doesn't handle Twitch too well, but it's an old machine. You know, what do you do? Okay, so that's Facebook, Discord, yeah. All right. There we is. Okay, well, today is just, again, some more random projects. Just trying to have some fun in the art room tonight before I go to work again. So anyway, I had been the last few days taking time off in Life in the Woods Renaissance. Bad girl. And I probably will stream that again. Oh crap, the button on my light is broke. Boy, that's a... Of course, I got this desk lamp thing really cheap. So the control already, there's a little red button here to turn it on and off. It's already crumbled inside, so... yeah. That's what you get for buying cheap stuff. Light, not cheap. But that was worth it. So worth it. Oh my god. The light is really cool. It has 2 bars that you can move any which way you want. And my goal for the main art room is to get more bulbs stuck in my lamp here above my desk. And those are pretty expensive. They can be like, depending on the size of the bulb, it can be up to $40 for a bulb, but they're so worth it, especially to be able to see color and stuff. They're fantastic. Another long-term goal is eventually get an actual Ott brand standing lamp that I can move around the room too. Right now, stuff is still just kind of shredded and torn apart. You see back up there, some of the dolls are down. They're boxed up, ready, and been brought upstairs already. And this last week, I didn't get any house reorganizing done because I fell down the stairs. My foot is purple. I folded somehow. Well, kittens were being annoying, as kittens are wont to do. If they're upstairs in the master bedroom, they just kind of have to get into everything, and it's brrr, 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 because that's how Maine Coons talk. And it's brrr, and Chell, of course, in her I look like a snow leopard glory. She's got a snow leopard face. I mean, she's so cute. Brr, meow, brr, meow. Which, if you guys watch my Minecraft live streams, you can hear her in the background playing with a Nerf dart, and that is the loudest cat. She is really loud. So, we're trying to sleep. It's daylight. I grab the kitten, and she's the last one I have to carry down the stairs. Carpeted stairs. Now, when I go downstairs, I have a little trouble seeing over things. So here I'm holding a kitten like this on top of it. I can't see where I'm placing my feet at all. I get to the 3rd... Oh, hi, Drag. Have fun at dinner. I get to the 3rd carpeted step. I trip with my left foot, somehow got my toes of my right foot folded under my foot and rolled that down the stairs. Which I had done this last year or 2, and my whole foot was purple, so I already pre-stretched the tendons and everything. which is as painful as it sounds. This time my foot wasn't as bad, and I'm very glad I didn't break anything again, because this is an ankle I've previously broken too. So, hauling things up and down the stairs wasn't the best option for a while. My foot's a lot better today. Last night, for some reason, it was throbbing like a dickens at work. But, I still went to work. I went to work with a torn rotator cuff. The night I tore it, I still went in and had to lift sides on a heavy seizure bed and everything, and with one arm, because the other one was pinned to my side like this, falling under the car, under ice, or on ice. Yeah, so I'm graceful, not really. But there's a lot more to move. And I gotta get it done at some point. So yeah, it's been a week. Things have been up and down, but that's the usual stuff. So otherwise, yeah, I've just been doing some extra projects besides. I'm still getting a box together for Celeste Kitty, not only for her birthday, but extra project stuff she can use for her own stuff. I have some interesting fake animal furs and stuff like that. It just some random stuff together. But if she decides to do part of it as an art exchange thing, then that'll be it. She's going to have me making an art doll, which I'm pretty excited about. And I have clay and I have stuff, so that will be something I'm going to do on live stream. So one of the other things I've been trying to finish, not going to do it today because I'm not quite sure where I'm going with the rest of this. But for anyone who knows My Little Pony, this is Princess Luna. This one is titled Regret. And it's because the story behind this, the storylines actually were pretty good. The story behind Regret is that her sister, Celestia, Princess Luna, went power mad, in part because she was upset that her older sister had the majority of the power and had become imprisoned by her sister in the moon, and she had become Nightmare Moon and would haunt the nightmares and haunt the dreams of other ponies. So this is kind of Regret, This is a piece I started last year and just didn't get to finishing it, but I got to figure out where I'm going. She needs to have, I'm going to do the white dots and maybe, kind of like galaxy work or something in her mane and tail, because she has stars in her mane and tail. And then we'll see where I go from there. So that's that one. And of course I have some glass pieces to go tonight. This one was finished the last live stream. I still have to bake this, which I forgot to take the paper label off. Don't know why, but they've had this. This one was previously painted by another artist too, so I had to scrape all of that off. So that label's been baked before. But this is with the glass paints. And I love doing Christmas designs. It's a holiday for everybody, And then, of course, the other one I got finished on the last live stream was the 4th of July one. This is for the same people. They just handed me a bunch of bottles, and it was really fun when I used to work at their house because Christmas would come around, and they'd do a whole bunch of gingerbread cookies, and that got to decorating, and I said, oh, can I do one? And I grabbed the pipette and I started decorating, and I had snowflake designs and stuff like that, and I ended up doing the gingerbread cookies every year. It was fun. So now I just do a lot of glassware. And then, of course, the Halloween one was just simple black and white, which I really like. And these are all going to be soap bottles, so there's going to be something inside that the design is going to pop out behind. And then I still didn't scrape this one off. I don't know what my issue is. This one's had soap in it. Signed by the artist, too. I can see that. Their signature even came off. I wonder if they've been having these in the dishwasher. Probably, but I should scrape this one and do that one too. Lazy girl. Absolutely lazy girl. Now, the reason why I said on Grampy Lobster's part. Well, first off, here's another one that I'm inking really quick. I have to do the ink work on this. And then I do pencil, then ink over the design, make changes as I want. And then I do watercolor, and then the colored pencils, or a watercolor, ink again, and the colored pencils. Sometimes more watercolor over top of that, and then acrylic. So they end up some serious multimedia pieces. But this one is another pony design. That's Fluttershy, just having her walking out and seeing the phoenix, which I want to do one of these in wool and have that the head can turn. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, this is one I'm inking just as a side project. It was just something cute to do. But I'm really happy with this one. I had an unusual request. Well, not really. Grampy wanted me to do a logo for him. And something pertaining to lobsters. Well, I took it a step farther. I've had this posted on my Instagram, but I've turned Grampy into a lobster. And I love this thing. Right now it's just the watercolor in here. I'm not going to watercolor any further. I'm going to start with, tonight we're going to spread this watercolor out, and then I'm going to go and let that dry, and then I can start color work at work. So this is just a base watercolor thing right now. And it's got Lemmy's hat on from Motorhead. Yes, he's got a cigarette in his mouth. But I'm really pleased with this. This is the first time. Oh yeah, I know. Isn't that great, Mudbrooker? By the way, in Life in the Woods Minecraft, Mudbrooker, I'm going to make Mudbrooker's house. So I have to go and risk my life to harvest a bunch of mud once I'm done being lost, to make Mudbrooker's house. It is going to happen. But right now I'm seriously lost. But anyway, this is what I'm doing for Grampy. And I'm just thrilled. I never thought that I could turn a person into a lobster. I'm really happy with him. And of course Grampy's happy with it too. He loves it. So I'm just thrilled. It's great. Anyway, I've also been, over the last year, one of my downfalls has been, I started drinking Diet Mountain Dew and stuff and chugging way too much soda. So I'm kind of at my very last bottle tonight. I've had this bottle sitting in my pantry for about 4 months. But before I break into that, I gotta have Bob Ross positive energy. Last few live streams that I've done in the art room, I think I maybe had one. So, I'm stretching these things out because they're hard to find. So I may or may not get into it. I've kind of really cut back on how much caffeine I've had. And definitely how much soda I've had. I'm just not doing it. Because it's like I need to get myself back on track again. And started losing weight again, which is good. It's bad enough being depressed and then, gain on top of it. Yes, it will. The House of Mudbrooker. I got to remember that. I think that'd be really cool. And I'm going to do, I think what I'm planning is a mix of the dead wood and mud and, glass and maybe some sandstone or something just to go on all those natural colors. Oh, that's a long-term project, especially if I don't get myself unlost. I don't want to go, and I'm not even using the key to find myself by, of course, I don't remember where 00 was or anything. But there's the F3 key in Minecraft, which shows you your coordinates. I haven't even done that. Right now, I'm stuck along an edge of this massive fir forest, and I've been at the other edge of this fir forest before, so I know what that area looks like. So I have to make my way around however massive this thing is. If I can find that one spot, I know I'll be able to find my way home. But yeah, because I have too much loot on me, I don't want to die. I'm such a good Minecrafter. I could cheat and get into creative mode and fly if I wanted to, but no, I'm not doing that on that one. So, anywho, I probably should break into that. I think I will. I'm going to bust into Bob Ross here. As far as other weird things, Grampy sent me the link to Veckel's hangout with G-Man and James Helton, and James was being the voice of reason in that. G-Man was just, oh my gosh, that was a train wreck. Holy kittens. Hi, Rumor Research Lab. That was such a train wreck. I don't understand how Veckel can have that much patience. I had one live stream with G-Man and lost it because he was getting that crazy to begin with. And this was years and years ago. Yes, exactly. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like James. There's some he's the crazy uncle at every Christmas dinner, the drunk uncle or whatever. But oh my gosh. Wow. That was a mess. And, he was over talking drag. He's over talking all these other people. Everybody is a troll. It's like, oh, Lord, help me. And I'm not even Christian, and I say, oh, Lord, help me. It was something else. So I don't know. Yeah, he's been really wound up. I think the whole Shanny telling him to get lost is really getting on his nerves. Oh, Rumor Research Lab, Bob Ross, positive energy. Yeah. And what's really funny is the first time I met him was in a Brett Keane hangout. And just in there randomly talking. And like I said, this was years ago. I met Helton through Brett Keane, and I ended up meeting Shadow Heathens through Brett Keane. I had no clue who Brett was, anything, And yeah, I know, I love those things. I have like maybe 5 of them left. I'm being very careful with them. Anyway, get into this hangout with Brett. Never seen G-Man before, and we're just doing random talking, and somehow the whole religion thing comes up, and I'm Wiccan, I'm a pagan. So, some of that was going on, but then G-Man and I got into the whole medical thing, and of course I had no background on G-Man, and I'm an RN, so it's like medical stuff right up my alley, Well, along the whole thing it came out how I should be jailed for vaccinating my kids and all of this, and I was starting to get really, really upset. I mean, really upset. I specialize in pediatrics. Critical care. It's in home now, but, I love it. It's fun. It's hard, but it's fun. But anyway, the insults started flying and the guy would not shut up. Well, what I did not know is I also was coming down with a stomach flu. I almost puked on camera. I rage quitted and ran to the bathroom and started vomiting, and I had that for a couple days. So I know it wasn't just me getting upset. It was the actual stomach flu, and I had a fever. I had everything. So probably not the best time to go and be in a hangout with G-Man and Brett. And so Shadow Heathens saw that one, and he's like, come on over to my channel and we'll get you in a live stream. So I started doing the hangouts with him. Yes, Rumor Research Lab. Well, then I'd also been in morning coffees with Helton and stuff like that over time, because Helton, I had no clue for a while. I'm like, what? Wait, he said he was pagan. Why is he talking Christianity? Why is he quoting the Bible? I still think he's what's called a Christo-pagan. There actually is a category in paganism where people are, still have Christianity involved with their practices. And I think that's probably where he is. He doesn't get into too much details on it, and that is his prerogative. He has his right to his religious privacy, which is why I don't talk about spell work. I don't talk about a lot of stuff, because that's my business, But, yeah, so that, I ended up back in a few Brett Keane hangouts later on once I kind of knew the ropes a little better, and 13 Heathens is fantastic, absolutely wonderful. And then I was in hangouts and I met Paranoia, who's a good friend of mine, and I did Minecraft with Paranoia and Heathens and Dragnot and Pseudonym and a few others, and just, it's been a good YouTube career. The last Brett Keane hangout I was in, Darth Dawkins showed up and started his diatribe on me, and I'm like, I know your game. I know who you are. I may not have talked to you before, but I know who you are. And he's like, well, and he was asking me questions. I can't even remember what. It was so inane and full of these giant words that he doesn't even know either don't exist as words or he's using them really wrong. He starts in on me. I answered the question. Then he accused me of not answering the question. I said, yeah, I did answer the question. And I kept reiterating, I just answered the question. No, I just answered the question. This is how you handle it. No, Darth, I just answered the question. I'm not saying it again. I just answered you. And finally, Brett got tired of it and booted Darth. I was like, it was the funniest, best moment that I could have witnessed. I'd never seen that before. And so I'd been seeing like Shannon Q versus Darth Dawkins on Modern Day Debate. Was hilarious. That was so funny. It was so funny. Because he hasn't changed. Okay, so I gotta actually do stuff and not sit here and, well, sitting here yapping is good too. But I need a certain brush for this. Oh, they get so angry. It is hilarious. It is so hilarious. Maybe if I actually open the zipper of my case. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm really awake or not. I have to work tonight and then a 12-hour night shift tomorrow, and then, yeah. Then I have 2 days off. Yeah, sorry about the camera quaking. I'm trying to get this in the right spot here. Now, sometimes I may bump this, and I apologize. I'm still, yeah, I have Tuesday and Wednesday off, which is going to be nice. So, yeah, it's Grampy Lobster. Isn't that great? He loves this. I want to do this thing justice. I'm doing the paper version, and then I'm going to scan it in and do a graphic version for him too, and then send him this original one. But part of my process, these are Duet watercolor pencils that I used on this. So this is the underlying color layer to the colored pencil work that I'll be doing. And I'm so proud of this, and I'm really bad. I've been looking at what people sell on free sites now, because it's like, okay, I'm getting the anthropomorphic art down, and there's a big market for it, for just creating personas and stuff. And sometimes I just have fun drawing stuff like this. But this, I can't believe I did this. This took some finagling. I can't even, I love this thing. And if anybody goes to Digital Hammurabi's channel or Skylar Fictions when Josh Bowen is on, Dr. Josh has my Dragon of Marduk painting, the original, hanging on the wall behind him. It got there, and they love it. And we're going to set up a live stream where we're going to talk about the HAPS project and stuff, and I'll be on there. And will be, I guess the print is going to be auctioned off on eBay, which I forgot to tell them that they have to set a reserve of at least 90, because it costed 90 just to print the darn thing in the original size. And there's only 2 of that print in the original size. I have one of them, and there will never be another print in that size again, because I have control of all of that. So whoever's getting that for their scholarship fund is getting an edition, a first print of a very small edition of 2. So yeah, my Princess Luna one, I did this with the exact same process here. And I like the watercolor pencils because it's just really easy for me to control the watercolor a lot better than just doing straight paints. This lets me get a lot of coverage in, especially if I'm doing like a sky background or something. If I want that detail of just the wet paint in there as it dries, these pencils are the best way for me to control it. I'm not doing a lot inside the glasses. The glasses I'm not going to color pencil work over top of. And then there'll be a little bit of blue in there too, just to kind of make them stand out as glasses. I don't know what I'm doing with the claws yet. They'll be a different color, and the lettering will be a different color. So we got some portable chicken soup drying and made a video. Oh, nice. Yeah, I gotta do that stuff yet. I'm thrilled with that hat. I went and actually looked at Lemmy's hat on some of the pictures from Motorhead on stage, and I had to put that hat on Grampy, because he's like our bad boy headbanger, you know, hard rocker Grampy, you know. So I really wanted to get that feeling in there. Oops. Yeah, this has to dry for several hours before I can start the pencil work over top. I love it. Thank you. I think it's perfect. Oh my gosh. This is too fun. Well, the hat's done with the watercolors too, so I'm going very light-handed with the water. And then I'll add a little texture detail over top with the colored pencil. I use Prismacolors because they're just bright, and I love the bright colors. On the brush here. I'm almost dry brushing this. And this one, I think I'm going to leave that white in the hat because I kind of like it. Kind of gives it a little depth. Oh my gosh, I love that. Ah! Okay, so that's got to dry. Then with the regular colored pencils, I add a little texture into the hat too. But yeah, that's just too awesome. Grampy Lobster. So if he comes in for any reason, I have to show him this. It is too fun. Where can I set it to dry? Probably right there. I know, isn't that great? Have him smoking. I'm bad. All right, so I think the first one I'm going to work on is this Valentine's design. Oh no, this is the one I have to figure out what the heck's wrong with the bottle. Get that out of the way so I don't accidentally do stuff with it. So, I don't have a cry cut. Of course, I have a bad girl. I have it costed me about $700. I have a carder, a drum carder for carding my wool, which I was really disgusted. I lost a whole box of alpaca wool to moths. Oh, I was so mad. Like, serious. That just had me really upset. Let's open another one here. Painted quilt designs on barns? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that's cool. Wasn't what I was looking for, but that's really cool. Geez. That's something to look up, Mudbrooker. Painted quilt designs on barns. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm just right at the moment kind of looking for inspiration for the background on this Valentine's one. Not so much inspiration, I see it in my head, but I wanna just, there's something I need visually. Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm finding more things I end up bookmarking, I swear. I get so distracted. That doesn't help. All right, let's try this. Ah. What I really wanted to see was the texture. Yeah. Yeah, that the Pennsylvania Dutch stuff, I always really love that. You know, it's just so interesting. Oh, you're lucky because those machines are expensive. Let's see, what am I gonna do here? Yeah. So what I'm using is Deco Art, well, Americana gloss enamels. They changed the label severely. This is now the new stuff. This works on glass. Cures for about 4 days. You can cure it longer, of course, and then you fire it in the oven. Set it in a cold oven. Turn the oven on, get it up to temperature to 250, and then leave it in there for a half hour, and then shut the oven off and let the glass cool all the way. And it seals it to the glass. Oh, I just got myself covered in paint. Oh, crap. I'm wearing a black shirt. Oh my God, it's dripping off of me. How did that happen? I shook it and somehow... Oh, good grief. I really get into my work. Probably not the smartest thing to be wearing black. I just wanted to look good on camera. Now I'm covered in paint. Oh, yeah, I bet the paper's expensive. Two of my husband's aunts have crickets. I think my mother-in-law does too. Oh, now I smell like paint. All right, so I'm gonna have to do a base on this first. Yes, exactly. I need to get like a smock or something, I swear. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Seeing something in my head, but gosh, I don't know if I can pull this off. Just doing the basis for this first. This is going to take several coats, because I want this to look like a quilt on here. Of course, they're probably not going to get this by Valentine's Day, but whoops. This is going to take a lot of coats. My mom used to do this with oil paints and make the stuff look like leather. Just really cool. Yeah, so at least I can see the under layer here. That's good. My goal is to actually have this look like fabric on here. I have other bottles. I even found a tequila bottle laying by my hedge, and so I grabbed that, and I'm going to strip the labels off of it, and I want to paint on that. But my first solo project for glass painting is going to be, I have a box, a wooden box that's got all the sides are glass. And I want to do a whole ocean scene in resin, you know, do this entire box like you're looking at a part of the ocean. So the bottom inside layer is wood. So one of the sides is wood, and that's the very bottom of the box. And so that's going to be the ocean floor, and then I'm going to do layers of resin and paint on all the sides. But I'm glad I'm able to see the design through here, because I need that. Hi, Doc Zayas. I'm using Americana glass enamels. It's Deco Art. They now named it multi-surface satin, and it's the stuff you got to fire in the oven. So I'm just doing a base layer on this bottle today, because I want to make this look like a real quilt, a Valentine's Day quilt right on the bottle. So I have to do it in paint. And since you were here, I got the first coat of watercolor in here for Grampy's logo. And then I'm going to do the colored pencil over top. Start on that tonight. So yeah, Grampy Lobster's getting his logo done. Then I have to paint a toy poodle for somebody on canvas. That's a commission. I don't know. I don't think it fires. That's the problem, is this stuff seals to the glass. So I'm doing this so it can be fired in the oven. But this stuff doesn't like to blend, so all I'm doing is just putting a really light layer down right now. It's not the easiest paint to blend because of the surface. But my main goal is just to still be able to see the design underneath. Although if I screw it up, no big deal, I can still do it. I'm going to make it look like the lettering is stitches. And then, of course, you can see there's a little patchwork here. I'm going to have a little patchwork heart in there and stuff like that. And there's a kitten meowing outside my door. Oh, dear. So, yeah, I'm going to be covering up all these brush strokes and everything. Basically, I'm faking gesso right now. So there's that one. This one will be a little more straightforward. I'm excited about this one. Another sip of caffeine here. Once again, for anyone who's stopping in, I am being fueled by Bob Ross positive energy. I need to be fueled. I so need to find more of those. My local Hy-Vee doesn't have them anymore. Every time I go there, I watch for those because that's just part of my live stream. I suppose if I have to, I saved an empty can. I could put something in it and drink it and still, you know, pretend that it's... Keep the joke running. Why not? Oh my gosh, there's paint everywhere. Yeah, I have a couple of glass bottles that look like fish too, that my friend wants me to paint. And then, so I have so many projects to do. I'm kind of glad I'm down to just 42 hours a week at work, although money-wise it hurts, but at least I'm able to, you know, get some stuff done in the house and get on with life, you know, and actually do my art, and that's my business, so. Oh, yeah. I haven't even looked on Amazon. I'm afraid to look. Just laying a bunch of different colors down right now. Yeah, that's exactly it. And this year we decided we're just going to GalaxyCon because we're going as a family. So we're going to plan for the following year to have a booth there. But I'm really hoping to get a lot more projects done for the local farmers market, which we have a giant farmers market in Minneapolis. A lot of the people were at my wedding too. But I want to be able to sell some stuff at the farmers market. Next year, sell at GalaxyCon, but I still have to do Twin Cities Pagan Pride too. And I have a lot more to do on Etsy. I'm going to get some, I'm already doing some t-shirt designs. One of them right now that's on my Etsy is Gravity Doesn't Need Your Permission. And I'm going to do a few others too. And, whoops, I'm caught in the rack here. My hope is to get a lot more of my art on t-shirts and mugs and stuff. Not do the same stuff that everybody else does for their channel art, you know, or channel merch. Although Sir Sick, his wife, does a lot of the designs, and his designs are really cool. But one of the first pieces that's going up on my Etsy, now that I have the professional scan, is going to be the Dragon of Marduk. Digital Hammurabi is the only other person besides me that has rights to use that image. in actual physical merchandise, but they have to edit it a lot or put their name in, you know, that sort of thing. As long as it promotes their channel specifically. Otherwise, just the straight up image is mine only. And so I plan on getting some tapestries up on Etsy and some tote bags and stuff like that. And then one of my other projects for this year, I want to start working on one of the archers of Palmyra. King Darius had walls of archers, which actually were, each one was different because they had modeled off of the real archers from his army. So I want to do one. I have a canvas that is just about as tall as I am. So it's not going to be life size like the original figures were, but hubby really, really wants one, so. Too many projects to do this year. And right now I'm laying in a base coat of this color because this is a pretty thick color and it doesn't want to be very smooth. Solid parts in the design like this with this paint and this glass need multiple coats. If it's something I want to do that's see-through, then it doesn't. So yes, I am doing Easter tulips. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. But, you know, I just think now that my art is getting to where I like what I'm doing, I think now's the time to start putting my art on actual things to sell and not just sell original pieces. I'm also contemplating opening up a Patreon. I have to figure out the rewards for the Patreon because oh, I only have 2 tulips on there, so let's do a blue one. I have to figure out, like, you know, some of the patrons would be able to have builds inside my Minecraft worlds, whether it was Dragon Coast or Life in the Woods. If I get enough, I'm going to have a realm opened up on Minecraft for patrons to use. Okay, have fun, Rumor Research Lab. Thank you for stopping in. Oh boy, yeah, that would probably have to be like a $500 reward. I mean, because that's a huge painting, you know, that'd be an original canvas there, but I suppose prints could be in the $100 range or something, you know, but I'd have to come up with, I don't know if you have to come up with something every month for those reward levels, or do you just say, well, this is what you get if you join at the $100, you get this one-time art piece or something like that. You know, I have no clue, so that's why I got to look at what other artists are doing. Because I have no clue. And I mean, my channel's not huge or anything, but since I have more time off, I want to do more gaming videos again, and I want to do more art videos, so finish up my little icons for channel memberships and stuff. I had channel memberships for a bit, and then YouTube pulled them again. Oh yeah, each one is an individual life-size paint, life-size base relief on tile. Yeah, each archer is an individual. They're huge. Actually, for the size of the canvas that I'm going to be working on, that probably would be closer to 1,000 for that. The Dragon of Marduk probably would have gone for 5. And the print alone, and that was 36 by 24 inches, so the print alone costed me $90. The whole thing for 2 prints, the professional scan, and I had it done at 600 dots per inch, so that if I ever decide to do tapestries, I can do them double the size of the painting and it'll still look appropriate. But for that, in the painting in that size, and the 2 prints, and shipping 1 print and the original painting from the printer to Josh and Megan, costed me $500. I have the original JPEG image, and which is humongous, and the one of the prints I kept. So yeah, it was a good amount of money. But they do various sizes too. But that canvas was so big it didn't even fit on my, there's no way it would have fit on my scanner. And the quality that they did, oh my gosh, you could, if you look at the image up close, you can see the detail of not only my brush strokes, but the little tiny bumps in the canvas. I mean, it was just, the detail was stunning. So it was well worth it. And it was archival. It was 100% cotton paper, acid-free, full archival print, and so museum standards. So well worth it. Yeah, let me look up the Archers of Palmyra really quick. Yeah, that's part of why I did it. Their standard, it would have been half for the scan if I would have had them do it in 300 dots per inch, which any reproduction up to the original size would still come out like the original at that point. But I wanted super high quality, so that's why I went to 600. So I costed myself more money than, would have been necessary. Oh, that ain't it. Let's see, is this it? Yeah, Darius the Great. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, okay, here's a good link. This is just information on Darius the Great, and this is where the archers came from. And the image of the archers in the middle of this page are the ones that I think I want to do. That's what I'm thinking too, is I might sell smaller prints of the Dragon of Marduk, and have a limited edition of those too. But I'm gonna have to have that people order from me, in the first place, and then once I have the money, I go get the print made and then do it, then send it to them, because that's gonna be really expensive. otherwise, especially for cotton archival. Let's get some music going here. Oh, that'd be so fun. I was thinking about Zoom maybe. I don't know. I think that would be an absolute blast. We could just do it like instead of a knitting circle, you know, we're doing a artist circle, and all of us just talk and do art on live stream, you know, one single live stream all together. I wanted to do that with Holly Baglio too. I think that'd be absolutely, of course I've lost track with her, but I think that'd be just so much fun. Do I want to do that? I want to do that egg real pale blue. It's a bunny in an egg. But anyway, you have a good night, Doc Zayas, and thank you for coming in. It's good seeing you. Sorry, just mixing a real light blue here. I still love that buffalo skull one you did. That was a beautiful piece. All of this tonight, you guys, is more doing the base color work. Which means when I'm off on Tuesday, and unless they want me to work Wednesday and then have Friday off, but either Wednesday or Thursday I'd be doing another edition of the glass here, just to do another coat and get some of the more details in and stuff, so. I need to get some more music on my live stream selection. Yeah, we could do that too with having it where we can, you know, kind of sell some stuff right on the live stream too. Yvonne Williams does that. She just had a live stream where she was auctioning off art right on the live stream. Just trying to smooth this out because it'll be a lot easier to color over it later. Weaving Illustrator is going to come up with tutorial videos again too for her finger weaving that she does. And I have a couple weaving pieces I want to do again this year. So many projects, so little lifetime. have to adjust that with white. Okay. It's already layering in there nice. Got it dry enough. If you hit it with a second layer while it's too wet, it'll just flake off again. So I'm having to go with a really light hand right at the moment. Yeah, see there, it's not blending really easy. There we go. All right. Let's try layering in some purple again. Sorry, I'm trying to rinse some of the colors out of the brush and I'm shaking the table. All right. And let's get a little white in there too. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm doing my usual thing. I start concentrating and shut up. Oh dear me. There's a way to get me to shut up. That's definitely going to need a second layer there. All right, Bun Bun. I'm still trying to get an idea what to do with Bun Bun there. Oops. How about not cover everything in a sudden dose of purple paint? Alright, switch over to green and do that grass. Only 8 o'clock, good. How about I move the finished bottle out of the way so I don't accidentally bang it? And because this is more cartoony, I'm probably gonna do black outlines on everything. I don't know. Whoops, slipped there. Do 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 do. Well, I got to watching the new season of Sabrina. I was watching that instead of Picard. I don't know. I haven't watched that yet either. The first season of Sabrina was pretty good. It is weird. At least Netflix didn't destroy it like they did She-Ra. Ugh. That one anime and just awful. But, yeah, right now they got satanic witches and they just had an encounter with pagan witches that worship the old gods. Like, okay. I can't wait for season 5 of Lucifer to come out because that was really good. That one is very, very good. Oops. Then I gotta get back into watching Doctor Who again. still on Tom Baker, because I stopped watching for a while. I'm also watching that one Aretes, and then I'm watching a German one called Dark. Those are all pretty interesting. I had to laugh my butt off, though. I was watching, I float around YouTube and especially get some of these conspiracy religious nuts going. And I mean nuts, okay? Not slamming anybody on their religion. But these are the ones, you know, oh, the Illuminati's in everything, and Hollywood is doing this, and Hollywood's providing evidence of this. And so their latest one was a movie called Midsummer. And it's a European one again. And it finally showed up on Amazon, so I watched it. And this woman is like, well, they have this triangle symbolism, and there's blood sacrifices, and there's all of this. Well, yeah, there was blood sacrifices. But she was equating it to actual paganism. And I'm like, no, this is just made up stuff. We don't sit there and sacrifice the elderly and all of this. I mean, what the heck? And it was just a bizarre movie. I sat there and I'm like, okay, well, this is, it's a thing. And the gal was about as expressionful as Kristen Stewart playing Bella. I mean, it was not the best acting, and I think they had everybody go really flat. I think they did it because they wanted the creepy value in there. But I forgot what this Christian conspiracy channel was, but they were just way off kilter, which isn't surprising. But they're sitting there equating it to modern paganism and everything. And I'm like, really, guys? Just, no. Somebody made up a story, and they had an idea, and it was a dystopian idea, and it was a story. That's all it is. There's no secret society crap in it, you know. Exactly, Mudbrooker. That's exactly it. They're sacrificing the wrong ones. So I can say I watched Midsummer. And it was, yeah. It was a yeah. It was about as exciting as plain tofu, actually. I might do a little ladybug crawling on one of these. I think that'd be cute. All right, I gotta stop focusing on that a moment. Eyeballs. Oh, and then I decided all this G-Man stuff I was watching. Decided to watch Sister Sunshine TV because she's been showing up on a lot of those streams. Oh, good grief. Well, she went into the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and she was hinting at Helton the entire time. And, you know, without saying his name. And, of course, she had to get into how it's all Satan, and Quetzalcoatl is Satan, and Quetzalcoatl is Thoth, and Thoth is Satan, and Hermes Trismegistus is Satan, and I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Just stop what you don't know. Oh, and because Satanists go and do rituals invoking Thoth. That means Thoth is Satan or a demon, and because Satanists do these things, that's evidence, that's what this is, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a headache. She's a character. Seems like a nice enough lady, but she's very set in her ways. And you just kind of take it with a grain of salt. What do I want to do with this little bun egg here? Let's do another layer of paint. I'm going to use a little bit bigger brush because I want this to be a little smoother. I think my 30-year-old painting towel might be saying it's coming to an end. I'm sitting there thinking if all that that Sister Sunshine has talked to is Helton as a pagan, then yeah, that's really a one-sided view. And when I've been to coven rituals, I mean, we've invoked Hermes Trismegistus. We've invoked Thoth, but it's all dependent on what we're doing. And none of it involves sacrificing anybody or anything, Maybe a little bit of our time, but... And then her associations with, well, Crowley said this, and he was friends with so-and-so, and this is all New Age, so therefore you encounter any Wiccans, and they're this way too. And it's like, no, I am not a Satanist. I'm not a demon worshiper. I've been through all this before with people. Oh, that's coming out really nice. That's smoothing out good. Ah, camera quake. Yeah. Well, and they don't know if this thing is going to spread, if it's going to continue to mutate and be more of a problem, or if it's going to mutate and just kind of fizzle out. That's the problem with this. And what I think is hilarious, well, not very hilarious, I shouldn't say that, but like they're saying that it came from people eating bats. And in China, there's people that have entire houses filled with bats that they raise for food. And they live in these houses with them. And so they're living in bat poo, essentially. And I'd seen a documentary about this years and years ago, and that's why I know about this. That just sounded like a Helton comment. But they seriously had entire houses filled, and swallows were the other one. They had the upper floors of houses were filled with swallows to raise for the nests. Absolute pigsties. I mean, just such a horrifying mess. And it's a wonder they get sick. And it's a wonder this stuff develops. It doesn't need some massive conspiracy. You have the right conditions and you have a virus or a bacteria that finds a way to mutate and it comes up with something. It's going to happen. These things change all the time. These people seem to think that a new infectious disease comes up, that it had to have been man created as far as Illuminati, or they're doing it for population control. Automatically they think this. And it's like, no, the natural world is working around us all the time. It's creating new things. It's eliminating old things. And when new stuff comes out, we're not ready for it. And then with the destruction that we're doing of the forests and stuff, who knows when they're digging up these soils that have been laying for ages and everything, who knows what they're loosening up too. You get more bacteria and more things that have been buried for eons and all of a sudden are going to be released to the environment. I mean, we're doing our fair share too, and that's what this coronavirus, it's a new one. Well, you're sitting there living in conditions like that and raising these animals for food like that. Yeah, you're going to get sick. So that one I have to wait on the egg. That's got to go through another coat of drying, I think. And clean up the edges on those leaves. These leaves will need another layer too. Tulip flowers look pretty decent. All right. Set that aside. Oh, that one should go, the 4th of July one should go in the finished section. Separate all this out. Alrighty. Switching colors. Okay, right now there are only 7 seed lines of field corn, and all the modern hybrids are derived from one mutated fungus or plant virus, and we're screwed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you get the wrong fungus, that is dangerous, you know. Those are killers at that point. And we have a large population. It's bound to happen. It's going to happen at some point. But we can't go saying it's the end of the world. We can't go saying that God did it. And we can't go saying the Illuminati did it. These people forget about that the world is still going on despite us being here, you know. And part of it is that we haven't been taking care of it very well. But the other part is these natural processes and things would go on even if we weren't here. We're just here observing it and going, oh crap. Oops. Outlining of this stuff is going to be tricky. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of these grains and everything that we thrive on are so selectively bred that it's not going to take much to knock them out. Especially if our climate keeps screwing around too, you know. This one's going to be tricky because I want to get, once I start working the different layers of paint, I want this to look like a woven basket. It's going to take several layers to do this right. Okay. Switch gears. All right. I think, yeah, that stuff I'm gonna have to kind of layer over the background. So let's do the inside of the horn first. Bugger. Trying to get the plastic seal off the paint container. Yeah, I think the alterations that are happening in our climate are going to be what it's not necessarily going to be that we're not going to be able to grow stuff. I think what is going to be the main problem is going to be that something is going to develop, whether it's a fungus or something else that's going to destroy a lot of our food crops. Because some of those crops, if they don't have the right growing conditions, they do get funguses. They get a lot of that stuff, you know, and they get diseased. Well, we're going to have a massive change in the growing conditions. I think the real conspiracy comes in the fact that everything's become such big money. We are a very profit-driven society. And that's what's going to hurt us. We don't need some secret organization. We don't need to come up with these things like that, because mankind does enough as it is, and we have people with lots of money who are in power, and it doesn't take a secret society to have that cause damage. They are causing damage just by the nature of how things are set up. And who has control. I've tried to explain that to people before, and I got told that I needed to open my eyes. Okay. Oh, and the Illuminati card game by Jackson, you know, Steve Jackson Games. Supposedly that's evidence of the Illuminati. I've been told that too. It's a card game. Really is just a card game, guys. Doesn't need any fancy schmancy scary stuff. It's just a card game. Well, Steve Jackson Games ended up with the FBI investigating their offices because people were scared enough that they thought it was real. And yeah, the real world is scary. I mean, you know, there are things out there that can be pretty terrifying. Spiders. Enough said. Yeah, I screwed that up, so now I'm trying to fix it. Not that it's going to matter. This is still not a solid coat on here. The other stuff will have to get layered over top, like the oak leaves and stuff. But it's starting to make its way there. I just had the most insane thought come to my head. This ends up being a tooth-filled mouth and a little Harkonnen buggy is in front of it. Oh, Lord. Yeah, exactly. Don't need the Illuminati when you have a couple of boards of directors. That is the truth, though. I should actually let this dry. Let's see, the American Revolution happened about 75 years too soon. The founding fathers could deal with the power of the aristocracy, but they couldn't foresee the rise of the corporation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or that corporations became people in the eyes of the law. That one still blows me away. And I'm having kind of an argument with somebody on Facebook right now. I shared this thing of my dad sent to me of photos of cities in the 70s, what they looked like with the smog and everything. And it was pretty bad. And I said, this is why we need to keep regulations in place to control this. And he's trying to, he came around and said that it's, well, you know, Los Angeles looks like this every year, and then the Santa Ana winds blow in and it and he's saying, well, that, you know, that this environmentalism is there to take away our rights. And I'm like, what about my right to be healthy in the exact case of this large company polluting the atmosphere and polluting the soil, and I've gotten sick from it? Why does that company have more rights than I do to be healthy? Seriously. That took away my freedom, not the other way around. It would the EPA protecting me and tighter regulations and then monitoring that plant would have been better for my freedom than what they actually did. So how, you know, it's so messed up. These people don't realize that the corporations are taking away our rights because they've manipulated the law. It's not that putting better regulations and controlling pollution better is going to take away our rights. How does making our environment healthier for us take away our rights? I don't understand it. Yeah, it's transmitted wealth and power without real accountability. Exactly. They hide behind all of this stuff and they just get by with it. You know? Because how do I combat this whole thing? I'd have to get everybody in my area together and on the same page that, you know, this is a problem and it's affected our health, where some of these houses, if I walk up, I'm going to get gunned, you know, because that's the area I live in. When they're shooting postal workers, I mean, like, wow. So how do you go and actually get people to take it seriously in the first place? They want to go about their day-to-day lives and live. But without the appropriate regulations in place to keep our environment better, we're going to end up looking like Beijing. I don't want to have to walk around with a mask on my face 24/7. I can't afford to live out in the middle of nowhere, you know, out in the middle of the woods. Right now, I can't afford that. I don't know if another company's going to hire me if I move, that when I can't lift over 30 pounds by physician's restriction, you know.